Hello, hello.
Hey,
Hi, everyone. This is Dave and Roxanne.
welcome to another episode of It's
It's
a
a
New
new day.
Day,
It's
It's
a
a
new
New You.
you.
If this is the first time you're tuning to our page, we do these episodes once, sometimes twice, sometimes three times. We do our best to jump in quickly, and the goal of this episode is to encourage you, to inspire you that if you had a tough day yesterday, there's always a new day to become a new you, to become all that God created you to be. Um, Let us know where you're tuning in from, right?
Yes. So we want to welcome you to our page. If this is your first time, of course, there's a click button somewhere in this video if you want to get notified for when we go live. So click that link to get notified for our videos. And also, we want to know how global we are. So we'll comment below where you're tuning in from. We're from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Our goal, in the future is to see, meet people from all walks of life, all around the world. And of course, visit different culture, different places, and that's our desire is to travel around the world as well.
Our new day news, we usually phrase it in a question. What's the question for today?
The question for today is why you need to watch what you say to yourself.
We every Friday in our coaching group, in our online business coaching group, we do what we call a drop in Zoom. We help our mentees, the people that we coach, um, with their advertising, specifically YouTube. We dive into their back office and help them, but we also do a little bit of training. And today, one of our coaches in our group talked about the power of words, right?
Hmm. And that was Coach Janet. Thank you, Coach Janet. She talks about that, when you change your words, you change your mind and you change your life. And
Mm.
that's the power of it. And we want to dive into that. When we heard that, we always talk about that before, but, it's a great reminder for us and for all of us here to really examine the way we talk to ourselves.
Yeah, and the first quote we got is that I love this one. It says, "Choose your words wisely; they shape your reality."
Mhm.
Um, there's the power in affirmations, in what you say to yourself. I said earlier today in that drop in Zoom that you need to watch what you say to yourself, because some of the things that you say to yourself, not just once, repeatedly, is some of those nastiest things that you say to yourself you wouldn't say to your friend, right?
True.
Like you're worthless,
You're no
you're
good,
no good.
or
Yeah.
you're ugly, or
Mm.
you suck at it.
Mm.
Imagine you're saying that to yourself, or you're thinking about that about yourself, or you're not love I'm not loved, no one loves me, no one cares about me. Really, if you think about it, would you say that to your friend, that, oh, no one loves you, you suck at it, you're
Mhm.
no good? You won't say that to your friends, but how come we're very critical to ourselves?
Yeah, it's powerful, but on the reverse side is that if you say things that you want to achieve in your life repeatedly, and it creates confidence, it creates self-trust, but also it shows up in your reality, in your results. When I was in sales a long time ago, when I started in the world of business, the first mentor in sales that taught me about the power of what you say to yourself will boost your confidence
Mhm.
is Brian Tracy. So the reason why people don't do well in sales, number one, is because they don't like themselves, right? They're not proud of themselves. What if you say that in the morning every time, and really internalize and believe it? So I started to do it. I like myself. I like myself. In the beginning, it sounds weird. It sounds unnatural. But the more you say, I like myself, I like myself, I'm proud of myself, I love myself. The more you do that, it builds up, because when you like yourself, and you end up liking others. And then when you're, especially in an environment where you deal with people, right? Likability is really important, and the first person you need to like is not others, is yourself.
Mhm.
Because if we have this self unlikeness, if that's a word, it will come out, right? So
Mhm.
you have to watch what you say to yourself, not just what you say out loud, what you say to yourself as well, because it will shape your reality, right?
Yeah, and it's crazy how, what we say to yourself, it actually makes you feel, good or bad, right? I don't know if you
Mm,
noticed that, but growing up, I'm a really petite person, so I'm really like small, right? But I'm no longer insecure about it. But growing up, I was really insecure about it because, most of my schoolmates will tease me about it, but at the same time, I would believe that and I would tell that to myself. And regardless how, I'm on the honor roll student, for example, in my class, I still feel bad about myself because I always tell it to myself that I'm no good, I'm ugly, I'm, small, I'm worthless. You whatever you say in your mind, it becomes a reality and it reflects to, the way you look at yourself and the way others will look at you after.
yeah, it's really powerful. And throughout the years, we not only have gained self confidence and self trust and likeness in ourselves, we've also developed affirmations for our business life, our personal life, right? And even having a kid now, and it's so powerful
Mm-hmm.
when you choose your words, because when you choose your words, it will, sorry, when you change your words, it will change your world, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, I learned the power of this, and I remember when I was in sales. I was in before I'm becoming an full-time online business owner. I've been to many different sales, and every time I go into a new sales environment, I always say I'm the number one, salesperson in this company. I'm the number one, whatever. I remember that company that I was in. It was in a janitorial world. We acquire sales. I was saying I'm the number one. I'm number one. Rockland kept laughing at me because number one, and it doesn't show, right? And I think I've been saying it for 3 months, and I was new to that thing. And they have the quarterly. I think there's 5 offices. There's, I think, like 30 or 40 salespeople, and like I wasn't even in the chart, but I kept saying it. I kept saying it. The thing about the thing that you say to yourself, it starts as words, and then you start to think about it,
Mm-hmm.
and you start to kind of think, of maybe it's true. Then you start to believe it. You internalize it, and then it becomes your reality. There's a process. So I kept saying it. I kept saying it. Kept saying it. I think roughly on the third month, because we do cold calls. For some reason, I did a cold call on this massive account. For some reason, they needed someone. For some reason, I was there at the right place at the right time. To cut the story short, in the second quarter, in that environment, sales environment, I was number one. Right now, did was it specifically because of my words? Maybe, right? But did it help? I don't know. But what I know is that if I didn't say it, right, I wouldn't have the confidence. I won't be led to where I was, right? So we continue to do that in our online business, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're the number one player in this online business. In the beginning, we were brand new 3 years ago. We had no idea, right, how to do an online business. We keep saying it, keep saying it. Now, constantly, weekly, they have this. They track who the number one player in our online business, and we're constantly there because we know the power of
Yeah.
words. Your words will change your world, right? But just like anything, it doesn't happen overnight. Just like a six pack, right? It doesn't happen in a week. That's why I don't have a six pack. A lot of people don't have a six pack because they work out so hard in a week, right? They check the weighing scale, they check the mirror. It's not there yet. It's the same with words, with affirmation. It doesn't happen, but you've got to say it. You've got to keep going to the gym, even if it doesn't show, because it requires belief, it requires trust, it requires work, it requires, I'm doing it when people think you're crazy, right?
Yeah.
Roxanne thought I was crazy in sales, right? And so what else? We do that in our family life, and like one of my affirmation is that taking care of our baby Caleb is so
Oh
easy.
yeah.
And
Especially, I think, especially when we're brand new parents, especially myself. A year ago, our baby is now 13 months old, but at the beginning, we actually affirm it. Actually, even before delivering our baby, we actually say, delivering our baby is so easy, healthy, and fun, right? And now we're saying, oh, being a new mom and dad are so fun, easy, and like fulfilling, right? You have to affirm it, because
Yeah.
sometimes when you say, oh, it's so hard to be a parent, it's so hard to, like, like, it's normal to, our inclination, human nature, we're negative, right? We're thinking bad thoughts. So you have to say something that you want to happen. And the more we say, oh, we're enjoying our parenting
Yeah.
life, we're enjoying being, being a mom, and the more we say that, the more we become more focused on enjoying, of having fun, of loving our son, and that's became our reality.
Yeah, so here's my affirmation: taking care, nurturing, and loving our handsome and healthy baby Caleb is so fun and so easy. Taking care, nurturing, and loving our handsome and healthy baby Caleb is so fun and easy. In the beginning, it was just words, but the more I said it, the more I said it, the more I noticed things, the more I look at things, and now people say, "Oh, Dave and Roxanne," especially our parents and our grandparents. They were living with us for a while. So, "Oh, you guys, train Caleb so well. He sleeps, 8 a.m. and then wakes up at
8 p.m. to
8 p.m.
8
a.m. So, it's because part of it, right? It's because we've affirmed it and we look for it and we are persistent on it, right? So you've got it. It requires work to be great in certain areas, and I really believe in this, that words are part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Words are part of it. You gotta watch it, what you tell yourself
Yeah.
and what you say out there, right? Because your words can change your world. It is so powerful, right?
Yeah, we want to say hi, Yeb Sarah. Hello there. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Michelle. Hello, coach, watching from Sacramento, California. Idol ko po kayo. Thank you,
Thank you so
Michelle. You're
much.
doing amazing. So
Yeah,
proud of
you're
you.
crushing it in our online community.
Yeah. Yeb Sarah is watching from Washington, D.C. Thank you. We have Freddie from Melville, Saskatchewan. Cherilyn from New York. Awesome, awesome. Anna from UAE.
Wow.
Amazing. Lisa from Toronto. Hello, hello. Reka from Sydney, Australia. Hazel, great advice, coaches. Lisa, I love what Coach Janet said today. So very true. I would tell myself terrible things. I really like myself now.
I
So
love
proud
it.
how far I have come. Yes,
It
Lisa.
requires work. Like you've got to work on it. It's for me. I was so very insecure too, but it's just through words,
Yeah.
through working on myself, what got us to where we are today, right? So,
All right. Hi, guys. We love you both. We love
mhm.
you too. It was great meeting you last time in Toronto. All right, Cross. Watching from the Philippines, we have
Love it.
Hazel. Lailani from Granada Hills, California.
Love it.
Awesome. Jericho, thank you, thank you. Rebecca from Toronto as well. Always good to listen to you both. Dana from Hawaii. Another person here, Facebook user
Yeah,
from Ontario. I love that. Thank you, Jericho, for
I
sharing
love
that.
that. Love that.
Love that. Leah from Vegas.
All right.
Okay. Bahrain, Nida.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
We can go on forever. Thank you for tuning in. So our next quote, it says that
Words can inspire and words can destroy. Choose well.
so first was what you say to yourself, right?
Mhm.
But then this next is, and what you say to yourself is reflect on what you're gonna say to others. Like I said earlier, if you don't like yourself, most likely you won't like others.
Yeah.
And the words you're gonna say out is either gonna destroy or gonna inspire. That's why the first key is you gotta watch what you say to yourself first, right?
Mhm.
Because that is so key. That is so important. We do it in our marriage life, we do it in our business life, our spiritual life, right?
Oh yeah, he would he would say that in our marriage life, right? That because like we've been married for over 13 years now, right? So you really have to say that we have an incredible marriage life. I love my husband so much, like because you don't feel in love or love every single day,
Hmm.
with the business of family, of your career, of business, of, sometimes you have little irritation, but when you say things like, oh, I love my husband, or my husband loves me so much, right? When I feel insecure, right, I would remind myself of the good things. The when you say good words to yourself, of course, it will reflect to your marriage life, to your kids, to your business, right, or career, right? So you really have to say good things about yourself,
That's right.
right?
That's so so true. So watch it. But again, just like any good thing in life, it requires persistence. It requires work. You can't just say it one time and then
Hmm.
you get a six pack tomorrow, right? You can't just say it one time and not do the work, right? So it helps in your overall game plan on if you're an online business owner, you're a married person. If you want to have an incredible marriage, you say it,
Yeah.
but you also need to do the work behind it, like finding the books, giving your spouse flowers, dates, right, all that stuff. But words help. It really truly helps. And that's just from our experience. um
And it's powerful because we write down our goals, right, and we say our goals and dreams, and when we look back, I realize that we always say that we wanted, when we talk about our, like we will say, before we became full-time in our online business, I would say that, oh, wouldn't it be amazing, I would love to be full-time with you, like doing this business full-time with you, like becoming full-time parents. We would say that ahead of time, like, oh, how it feels so amazing, waking up in the morning, we don't have to run around, like chase the traffic and all that. Like, we would say those words because we know that it will happen in the future, and now, it happened, right?
yeah, so I had so much fear quitting my job because we've done it before. We've been an entrepreneur for as far as I can remember, and we've quit our jobs, ran out of money, went back to work again. So
Oh, yes.
before I quit my job, I created an affirmation, right? My affirmation was being a full-time online business owner is easy, very profitable, and fun.
Mhm.
Being a full-time online business owner is easy, very profitable, and I would visualize what that looks like. The money we're receiving, right? All that. I would say that being a full-time online business owner is easy, very profitable, and fun. I would keep saying it over and over and over until I internalize it, until the fear started to dissipate. That we're going to run out of money. Until now, we're living it. Like it became our world, right? That we were literally living it. That being a full-time online business is easy, it's very profitable, and it's so much fun, right? And that's because I chose the words that I'm going to say to myself. It's going to say, so we always end with a verse.
We have
We're-
two verse.
yeah, we have two verses because this is so powerful.
So from Proverbs 18, verse 20-21, it says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit.
Death and life is in the power of the tongue.
Mhm.
Choose wisely what you say to yourself and when you say out loud. And the last one we're going to end with is, and the word became flesh and dwelt among us. Whatever you say to yourself and out loud,
Mhm.
over and over and over, consistently with persistence, that it's not there yet and you want to happen, eventually that word will become flesh.
Yeah. And also, just to acknowledge, of course, you don't neglect your feelings, right? For example, you can say that, oh, I'm not feeling good right now, I'm having challenges, but I'm on the process of being healed, I am being healed, right? So you have to say those words that, like, of course, if you're not feeling well, or your husband hurt your feelings, you have to say it. You can't just say, like, oh, like, all the good things, right? But you have to be careful what you say out loud all the time,
That's right.
right? So
Hope you give me value. By the way, if you live in the Calgary area, um,
Alberta.
Calgary, Alberta area, once a month, not this month, next month,
September.
September, we do, Roxanne and I once in a while speak
Once a month. September 24.
in our ministry called The Feast. And we do small new day new use here, but I do a full talk in a spiritual Christian environment, right? If you if you want to meet us, if you want to see us, if you're especially in the Calgary area, let us know. Maybe reach out to us, because when that comes up next month, we'll let you know where that is, the time and the place. So that
Yeah. Well, it is September 24.
Is it?
That's Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's fourth Saturday of the month.
Mm.
It's basically 5 p.m. There's a mass, and then 7 p.m. is
The feast.
the feast where
There's
there's worship. There's basically a talk, like a 30 minutes talk
It's
about
an
it.
inspirational talk, right?
Yeah.
What we do. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in, and we always love seeing your comments. We read them after. That is another episode of
It's a new day. It's a new you. God bless you.
everybody.
Bye.